Larry Ellison is now ranked among the 5 richest people in the world, having a net worth in the billions. With such a vast net worth, which is still growing, he's in a position where he can afford whatever he wants, whenever he wants it. But how does Larry Ellison actually spend his billions? I mean, imagine having billions at your disposal. Well, make sure you watch till the end as we explore how Ellison spends his billions. And without further ado, let's get into it. With an estimated net worth of $139.5 billion, according to the Forbes list of billionaires, Larry Ellison is currently the 5th richest person in the world. And as we all know, getting to that level of the list is no easy task. Ellison is the co-founder of Oracle Corp, which specializes in software services and database management. He founded this company in 1977, and it's grown to become a whole brand. At the moment, Ellison no longer serves as the company's chief executive officer, having resigned from that position in 2014. However, he's been serving as the company's executive chairman and chief tech officer. Ellison can be categorized as one of those who built an empire despite never finishing their studies. Even though he dropped out of college, he still ended up running one of the largest technology companies in the world. When you go through his story, it's a very intriguing one, and it's worth checking out. And that's why, before we get into how he spends his billions, we'll take a peek at his story and how he became one of the richest people in the world. When it comes to Larry Ellison's net worth, we can see that he's managed to gain it all through a diverse portfolio. However, what's made him a billionaire many times over are the options awards and vested stock that he has received over the course of his lengthy career. When you combine all his wealth, it even rivals that of Amazon founder Jeff Bezos. And even though the gap between the two regarding net worth is a few billion dollars, Larry seems to be catching up with Bezos. However, Ellison's wealth is mainly based on his shareholding in Oracle. Based on some of the earliest reported filings retrieved from the company's website as of 1994, Ellison owned about 23% of the company's shares.
Well, I think Netflix has done did an amazing job. They pioneered that industry.
This ownership increased over the years with the awards of new stock as the company grew, which meant more stake for him. As of 2023, in a filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission that same year, Ellison was in possession of about 42% of the company. The company's since grown, and by the end of January 2024, it was estimated to have a market value of about $312 billion. When you factor in Ellison's other property and other types of investments, his net worth is well above $130 billion. This is quite the net worth that he's managed to gather from his portfolio. Given that Ellison still has a position at that company, it's safe to say that he still earns a salary from it. Considering that, according to reports, Ellison has received about $1 million in base salary from Oracle between 2021 and 2023, although his total compensation has varied fairly significantly from year to year, and all that is dependent on stock and option awards. Undeniably, Oracle has definitely performed, and with its performance, Ellison has gained his wealth. But has Oracle stock performed under Ellison? Oracle stock has managed to be a breakout performer since its trading debut in 1986. Those who invested about $10,000 on the first day of trading would potentially have grown that to about $16 million by early 2024. We've seen how the company has been performing, but how did Larry Ellison come up with Oracle?
I had an interesting job programming computers and more money than I needed. For the first time, I was certain that I was going to survive in this world.
And what was his early life like? Lawrence Joseph Ellison was born on August 17, 1944 in New York City. By the time of his birth, his mother and father had already separated. And growing up, he was raised by his aunt and uncle. This is because he was young, he had pneumonia, and his mother decided that raising a sick child was too difficult for a single mother. Ellison grew up in a middle-class household in Chicago after being adopted by his aunt and uncle. And later in life, the entire family moved to Illinois. He was a diligent student who studied hard and had an early interest in computers. For his education, Ellison attended the University of Illinois. But after his adopted mother died, he dropped out. After that, he enrolled at the University of Chicago, where he stayed for 1 semester before moving west to Berkeley, California, the home of the University of California. In the tech-heavy Berkeley culture, Ellison had to adapt fast if he wanted to survive. It was not long before he found himself immersed in the intricacies of database management, and after years in that field, the idea for Oracle came to mind. He founded the company in large part to explore market opportunities in the relationship database design sector. It was not long before the company found success and began competing with industry heavyweights such as Sybase and Microsoft. In fact, Ellison founded Oracle while he was working in the 1970s as a software engineer at Ampex Corp, along with 2 co-workers, Bob Minder and Ed Oates. Together, they were involved in creating a database named Oracle for the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency. So when they were starting out, the company couldn't be tagged with the same name. Initially, it was called Software Development Laboratories, and it was only funded with $2,000 in cash. The company then changed its name to Relational Software Incorporated in 1979, before finally settling on the name Oracle in 1982. At first, the company wasn't that successful. This was mainly after the company's first flagship product, which they called Oracle 2, didn't sell as much as they expected. The company also faced financial difficulties in the form of shady sales practices and a corporate earnings scandal. However, with time, the company managed to find its footing, so much so that it started competing with some large companies like Sybase and Microsoft. Just as we've seen, the success of Oracle brought about the wealth of Larry Ellison. But how does he actually spend that money? There's a large part of his money that goes to alimony for his 4 ex-wives. However, aside from that, a large part of it goes to his devotion to passionate causes. He also spends his billions on his highly developed love for luxury homes and highly priced toys and gadgets. Ellison is never afraid to just throw his cash around. He owns an entire golf course in Rancho Mirage, California, which is said to be worth about $43 million. As if that's not enough, he owns a mansion in Woodside, California, that has an estimated value of $110 million. He's also invested in about 11 residential properties in and near Malibu, California, all of which cost around $180 million. Ellison loves property.
I think my favorite line is, I had all the disadvantages necessary for success.
He also made headlines when he purchased a mansion in Tony Newport, Rhode Island, worth about $10.5 million. But it keeps getting more dramatic. Ellison is reported to have bought about 98% of Lanai Island in Hawaii
While conserving water and natural resources, and deliver it at very, very low prices.
$300 million in 2012. So technically speaking, he has his own private island. Ellison has spent lots of money on homes and high-end toys, such as a yacht that cost about $194 million. When he was making this purchase, his accountant had infamously advised him to slow down on his spending, which was back in 2002. His accountant even wrote in a memo that Ellison's spending was like a freight train hitting a dead wall. However, Ellison has done the complete opposite as he continues to accumulate real estate properties. But there's no denying that this is a good investment, since they'll almost likely appreciate in value. He's also gone on to buy high-end consumer goods. There are reports that he owns a Gulfstream G50 private jet, valued at $75 million, an Italian-made SIAI Mercedes S.211 military jet, and a decommissioned MiG-29. Ellison's also not afraid to spend on cars and boats. He owns a Lexus LS XF40, a Lexus LFA, an Acura NSX, and a McLaren F1. But even with his lavish spending, Ellison still remains at the top of the list of the world's wealthiest individuals. So, that brings me to a question. What do you think about Ellison's spending? Do you think it's too extravagant? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. In the meantime, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.